name is Ramone Cooper, born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. A father of 4 now, and I'm making this video to discuss daddy issues. You know, a lot of men have those as well, so I felt like I'd speak on mine.
Let's skip a little bit since Mom's and came downstairs. Have you and Mom's had conversations about?
We talked about it a little bit, but you know, she know him a lot better than I do, and her thing is he's not changing. He's stuck in his ways, and she says that it has a lot to do. He was the baby of like 10, no father, older siblings, and everybody just babied him and coddled him, so he never really
had to take responsibility.
Never. My dad he tried to live through me. So that was a lot of pressure as well.
Right.
You know, we playing football, being an athlete.
Right.
I guess that was his dream. He saw his dream in me.
Right.
So he started to try to live through me. Everything was about him. He didn't really care what I wanted. It's stressful and it's a lot of pressure because you want to satisfy that parent. You want to live up to those expectations, and you don't want to disappoint them.
Right.
So it can be stressful.
And so football ended for you. How did that change the relationship?
I think honestly, that's probably when we really hit like the breaking point. That's when I really knew. Like, man, you ain't shit. Excuse my language. Going into college, my freshman year, like still being angry, still having a problem dealing with my temper. You know, I was basically kicked off the football team. Just like, hey, we don't even want you around right now. Like you're out of control. Your scholarship is still in place. You can stay here and go to school, and maybe we can try this again next year. You know, in the spring, maybe you can get back on the team. I left that same day. I was like, you know what, I'm out of here. And I kind of knew he would be disappointed, but I didn't think it would be to that. Yeah, it was extreme.
Yeah, talk about that.
So I'm 18.
Right.
You know, we're freshmen in college.
Right.
Just had a pretty good season. Y'all put us out.
You know,
lost to y'all to go to the state championship.
That's how we do.
But like I said, he wanted to live through me. So in his eyes, he just saw NFL. Like that's the big picture. And I never really looked at it that way. I never really was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the NFL.
Right.
Yeah, that was never really a big goal of mine. I'm realistic.
Right.
Chances are slim to none of that happening. But in his mind, I was league bound.
Right.
And I was the meal ticket, the cash cow. So he started to put a lot of pressure on me. But when I came back home the same night, and he was not happy. And the way that he expressed it, I would never talk to any of my kids like that, ever.
Get to it.
And I mean, it was horrible. Like some of the stuff he would say. If I die, don't put a rose on my casket. And it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
What?
Yeah.
Because
not because I was dropping out of school,
right,
or I wasn't pursuing an education, because I was no longer playing football.
He was that mad.
He was that mad.
Did he play?
No.
So
I believe he might have played like his freshman year, maybe some freshman football, but nothing really after that. High school dropout. So no, he didn't play. I was shocked more than anything. You know, my mom was there at the time. She was when we had this conversation, and she couldn't believe some of the stuff she was saying, and that's just the way he was. He unapologetic about it. He still has never apologized about it, and we've talked about that, and a lot of times he tries to say he doesn't remember, but he remembers.
He remembers that. And so from that breaking point, what happened?
We didn't talk for months, and we lived in the same house.
Oh shit!
We didn't talk for months.
You just didn't speak to him. He didn't speak to you. Just that was it.
Yeah. Not a hi, not a bye. How was your day? How you doing? Nothing. And you know, it's crazy. It started when I was very small though. Like I was embarrassed and ashamed that he was my dad. Like, you know, like I said, my older brothers, that wasn't their dad. So all of the stuff that he was going through in and out of jail on the drugs, you know, that crack wasn't no joke.
Yeah.
So, you know, kids are cruel. So they would tease me about it all the time, me and my sister. They would tease us about it. Oh, your dad's a crackhead.
Oh, yeah, that's just funny.
Yeah, so, and it would frustrate me. It had me so mad. It got to the point, I remember, and we actually went to go see him in jail. I was probably about 4 or 5 years old. You talking to him through the glass on the phone with my mom, and he wanted me to get on the phone. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I got on the phone. I was like, I don't want you to be my dad no more. I was like 4 or 5 years old. So he's like, what? Because I got so tired of being teased. It's like, I don't even, and I never, still to this day, I'm 34. I never referred to him or, you know, got his attention by calling him dad. Never. Still to this day. And people always be like, well, how did you get his attention? I was like, I just started talking, or I was like, hey, you know, I got his attention. I never called him dad. Still don't to this day. Oh. And I can tell you that, you know, that's my dad. That's my
yeah.
But I'm never like, hey,
never to him.
Hey, dad, come, never. And I'm 34. I still don't do it.
That's crazy, man. And he doesn't say anything about that, has he?
Nah,
he's never. He notices it.
I think he does because everybody else did. You know, I have 2 younger sisters, and then I have 2 older siblings from a different relationship. All of them refer to him as dad. They actually get his attention. Hey, dad, daddy. I never did. Never.
I didn't even pay attention to that. That's damn. Huh.
Never.
Yeah, that's crazy. Shit.
I wouldn't even refer to him as my dad when I was younger, talking to other people. I would just say him. He was him. I can't even remember how we started talking again. Honestly. But we never really talked
about that.
You know, no, we didn't talk about that. And we didn't really have too many conversations afterwards. It was just kind of like, you stay over there, I'm going to stay over here. We just going to keep it pushing that way. Yeah. And it's Thanksgiving break. While I'm getting ready to enroll, or Christmas break, I'm enrolling in my classes, and I get a call from the coaches. They want me to come back. Your scholarship, it was even better than the first one. Everything was paid for. So right. I'm like, oh, okay. So this is what we need you to do. You can only take these classes. You can't become a full-time student. You know, your eligibility, your clock will start. So we need you to just be part-time. You know, take these classes during the spring, take these classes during the summer. So I think that's probably how we even started to talk again.
He felt like, oh, okay,
hey,
we back on track.
Back. Yeah, I'm going back. I'm playing football again. So I think that's what really broke the ice. But I wasn't bugging with him. To me, what he said,
you can't come back.
No.
You move forward, but you can't come back.
Yeah. And like I said, to this day, he's never apologized. He's not that type though. He's not gonna apologize for anything that he does. And we always like to say, women have daddy issues, and it might be true, but we also have those same issues. I know I'm not the only one. I know for a fact I'm not the only one with these issues. So I think you guys should go and talk to somebody about it. Don't let it fester and explode the way it just did for me about a week ago. So it's okay to admit that you have daddy issues as a man.